Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wayne Gaming. It's something on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Sylving. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up and let's go. Got a full mug of coffee here, I'm ready to go. I found myself on something soft in a brightly lit room. Sharp sunlight shines from the right. I squint until my eyes adjust. Where am I? Sitting up fully on the soft bed, I grip the silky red sheet that's covering me. Slowly it dawns on me how truly unfamiliar my surroundings are. All the furniture looks like antiques, and I can't see any lights, outlets, or other trappings of modern interior. There's a chest made of solid wood with intricate carvings. It looks handmade, the features looking a bit asymmetrical in parts. Not that I'm judging the craftsmanship. Clearly whoever made it knew what they were doing and did a far better job than I ever could. A similarly designed wardrobe stands on the opposite end of the room. It's so tall it almost grazes the ceiling. It's a wonder how anyone could get it through the door in the first place. Next to it is a big wooden tub. Very simple, two metal hoops holding it together. Turning my eyes to the right, I see a drawer with a big mirror on top and a candelabra? I remember my grandpa actually had something like this. My grandma actually had something like this in her room. I think she called it a vanity. The little carved accents give it a simple elegance. Not that I'm an antique connoisseur, but it's way nicer than any of my furniture. I look around some more to see some red drapes, a painting, and a shield? I've never seen a real shield in real life. It strikes me as an odd thing to decorate a room with. The setup would be picture perfect as it wasn't for my shoes and sweater in the middle of it all. Wait, how did I even get here? My mind's still trying to wake up, but I'm not entirely convinced I'm not dreaming. The floor creaks from behind the door. Is there someone coming? Are you up, stranger? I heard you shout. Oh, one second, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. We are back. Levon was just giving me access to the new build of Wayfinder, so all of day 4. Looking forward to that. Anyway, a deep and husky voice comes through the door. I don't know why, but I feel uneasy. Hello? My voice is raspy and weak. I didn't realize it until now, but my throat is painfully dry. Oh my god. A big-ass dude. Good, you're finally awake. Wolf! Werewolf! Big werewolf! I'm relieved to see you in better condition today. The big werewolf comes closer. I have to tilt my head back to meet his gaze due to his towering height. Your fever was dangerously high when I found you. I'm relieved you managed to get through the night. He leans forward, placing his hairy hand against my forehead. I'm so stunned I'm completely frozen. Has your fever gone down? I jump back into bed with a silent scream, sucking in air. I stare at him wide-eyed. My apologies, I didn't mean to startle you. I should have asked before touching you so suddenly. But it looks like you're well enough to move. That's a relief. How are you feeling, stranger? I'm too busy reeling from the sight of him, answering him without thinking. Fine? That's good to hear. Can I ask you to stay in bed for a little longer? You just woke up, and I'd like you to take things slow. Uh-huh. A werewolf. An actual werewolf. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Agnar. May I have your name? I can't very well keep calling you stranger. He chuckles, and my apprehension is chipped away little by little. This isn't exactly what I was expecting when meeting a werewolf for the first time. I got hair in my eye. Get out of my eye, you bastard. Oh, one second, y'all. There we go. Okay, hopefully that fixed some of it. He chuckles, okay. I was expecting when meeting a werewolf for the first time. Aaron. Aaron? Quite a fine name for a lion. It suits you. For a lion? I guess that's a compliment, but why a lion? And why is he being so polite? Not exactly what movies led me to expect from a werewolf. I guess I wouldn't have any idea of how an actual werewolf should act. Given my limited knowledge comes exclusively from horror flicks, I should just be happy he's not mauling me right now. This guy is way too polite to be any kind of werewolf that I know of. Struggling for words, I put a hand on my face as I scan the room again. Am I really awake? My face feels strange. Feeling around my cheeks, nose, and mouth, everything is strangely lumpy, and things seem to be out of place. At least there's no pain, but something is definitely wrong. What happened to my face? My face, it's all big and swollen. When I found you, aside from your fever, you looked unharmed. Don't worry, there are no lumps or bruises to be found on your muzzle. Here, have some water. You need to drink a lot when you have a high fever like that. He leans to the side and pulls up a mug from the floor. I hadn't even noticed it was there, being so close to the bed that I couldn't see it. Here, there's more in the pitcher if you need it when you need it. Before I can grasp the mug, I see my own hand for the first time since waking up in this bizarre place. But it's not my hand. This one is covered in short, light fur? Light hair. Fur? My hand. Your what? I raise my left hand, only to see it's the same as well. I rub the hands on the arms, feeling fingers stroking fur, as if I was petting a cat. But it's like an out-of-body experience, like my brain can't quite resolve the conflict of sensation and expectation. Is this really my arm? Ah, you mean your paw. Does it hurt? No, but... Why are my arms covered in fur? The big werewolf immediately goes silent. The tension cutting the air feels sharp as any knife. I shouldn't have said that. I don't want to disturb the wolf, especially not before I can figure out what's going on. Whatever is wrong with me, it'll be safest to act natural and take things in stride for now. Play along now. Panic later. I mean, why is my fur so orange today? It must be the light in here. My mind's been pretty foggy since I woke up. I'm all over the place right now. Ha! You're a jokester, I see. That's a good sign. If you feel good enough to joke, you must be doing much better already. I try to give a smile back to him, but it's hard to muster one while thinking about whatever is going on with me. Coffee time. Oh, that's some good coffee. Alright. Joking aside, you'd better drink up. Your body needs all the water it can get if you're sick. Handing the sizable mug of water to me, I accept it carefully. There's more water in the pitcher next to the bed. Drink as much as you can. I've never seen you in the village before, Aaron. Are you new in these lands? I guess. Where are you from? I'm from a town, not too far from here, I think. Really? The nearest town is a day's journey. Can you tell me the name of your town? Doesn't seem like it's a good idea to answer that question, but at the same time, it seems like a worse idea to lie. Not knowing what else to do, I just look down and keep quiet. You seem a bit tense. Maybe you still haven't fully recovered. There should be some rival root somewhere in the house. A cup of it should help calm your nerves. Do you like rival root, Aaron? I've never heard of a root like that. It sounds very medicinal. Sure, I can handle bitter drinks. That's good. You stay here and rest a while I go downstairs and fetch it. And with that, he walks out the door. Finally alone again, my hands are shaking. I can't believe I just talked to a real werewolf. Looking down at the water in the mug, I carefully lift it to my lips. I take a long gulp, the cool water rehydrating my throat, but the water spills out from the sides of my mouth and drips onto my shirt. I try not to think about it and just chug down what I can. I'll worry about what's wrong with my mouth later. I set the empty mug on the bed next to me and release a great sigh of relief. I really needed that. Looking down over the blanket, I can make out the shape of my legs. If my arms are like this, then does that mean... Yep. Pulling the blanket away, I can see that my feet are now covered in the same light orange fur, and my feet have been replaced with paws with wide toes and claws. Lifting up my shirt, I can see a fluffy belly with a white tuft poking out of my pants. The scent of sweat hits my nose, making my nostrils flare, and I cringe. I cover my nose, inadvertently feeling that odd lump on my face again. My face! Shivers run up my spine as the implications override my shock. I need to look at myself in the mirror right now. I hop off the bed and onto my feet, only to immediately fall over. Ow! Using the stool next to the vanity, I pull myself back up. My legs are shaking like a newborn fawn. I expected it to be so difficult to stand up on these feet. Putting one hand on the drawer, I push up most of my weight against it and face the mirror. Huh. Ooh. That's really good. In its reflection, I don't see myself. Instead, I see a lion man wearing my clothes. I raise my hands toward my face, and the lion does the same with his. My fingers feel short, bristly fur. The fur has a warm light color to it. The cream-white muzzle is capped with a broad pink nose. The eyes have a radiant blue color. The contrast with the orange fur makes him stand out more. There's a patch of white hair on his head, roughly swept back like a mohawk and nestled between round feline ears. Staring at him for a long, long time, the truth of what I'm seeing slowly washes over me. Delicious coffee. Looking closer, I catch something moving in the corner of my eye. I turn to look behind me, and down at the base of my spine is a white-tipped tail flicking back and forth. Feeling around my lower back, my hands find the base of the tail slipping over the belt line. I have a tail? Hearing the door creak open behind me, I jump back against the vanity, nearly falling over and taking it with me. You're quite the jumpy one, aren't you? I'm glad to see you up and about, but you really should take it slow. I couldn't find any rival root in the house, so I'll need to head out. For now, you'd better eat some bread. You're out for a whole day and are probably starving. Still, you need to be careful to eat light today since you've been ill. He offers me what I can only assume is a big bread roll in his hands. Sitting down on the padded stool, I stare up at him and take the bread from his hand. It's really hard, and if it weren't for the weight, I'd assume he just grabbed a rock from outside to mess with me. It smells somewhere between old grain and chalk. I can't see any mold on it, but I have to wonder when exactly it was baked. How old is this bread? It's fine. I just bought it, so there's no need to fret. Go ahead and eat. No good comes from an empty stomach. But it's so hard. It might be, but a lion like you shouldn't have any trouble with it. Do I really have to eat this? I'm pretty sure that if I bite into this bread, I'll break every single tooth I have. With how empty my stomach is right now, I'm desperate enough to try. I find a crack at the edge of the roll, putting my teeth to it as I carefully bite down. It's really dry, but it's not so bad. It's like eating a cracker. I take another bigger bite, clenching my eyes, preparing for the worst. There's a loud, dull crunch in my mouth, like chewing the dry cereal. I'm worried it might be the sound of my teeth crumbling, but it feels like they survived the ordeal. The bread isn't as bad as I thought, but the taste is extraordinarily plain. I didn't know how hungry I was until I finally got something in my belly. Before I know it, I've scarfed down the whole thing. After finishing the bread, I see the big werewolf's been quietly staring at me. You managed to eat it all. It must mean your fever's almost gone. When I found you, I picked up what I could find, but I'm not certain if this was everything. Are you missing any belongings? I only found these things by your feet. He's pointing at my shoes, and I'm sitting on my sweater. But there's one thing that's not here. I don't see my satchel. Where did you last see it? It was with me when the clearing on the cave, next to the big red tree. People are wise to avoid the caves in that forest. They're not safe, especially the one with that tree. He waves his hand at the corner of the room. I can only assume the cave's in that general direction. What were you doing in there? Did you go there with anyone else? No, I was just visiting my old cave. Your cave? That cave is no laughing matter. You're saying it belongs to you? I didn't mean it like that. It's just a cave I played in as a kid, and I wanted to visit it. No one goes into that cave just to visit it. He takes a step forward, pinning me against the table. What were you doing in there? I didn't do anything. What did you do in that cave, Aaron? I said I didn't do anything. I don't even know what's going on. Where am I? Why do I look like this? I'm starting to really freak out. I don't even know if I'm safe right now with this werewolf glaring at me. I can feel my emotions swell in my throat, but I'm too scared to look away. Heavy silence fills the room, broken only by the faint mumbles and noises drifting through the window. We stare at each other uncomfortably for a painfully long amount of time. You're clearly not feeling well. You need more time to rest. I must go out for a while. Stay here until I return. Without another word, he's gone. I can hear his heavy steps followed by the sound of a door opening and closing downstairs. Feeling a little relieved, I register a sharp pain in my hands. Looking down, I see that I've held them clenched tight, and it hurts to open them. These new sharp claws have been dug deep into my palm. They're not bleeding, but I've left deep red marks in them. Just what happened to me? What is that werewolf after? Why would he take care of me, and what was it with that interrogation? I'm not a real lion, man, thing. I want to be honest, but I don't know what he expects me to say. He's not happy with how evasive I'm being, but it's not like he was explaining himself all that much either. And now I have to sit here and wait for him to come back. What the hell am I thinking? I can't stay here. Without my phone to call for help, my only option is to find my way back through the cave ASAP. I lean down and grab my shoes. I can only hope that wolf won't be back anytime soon. Come on, get in there. Damn it, why did my toes have to get so big? My new feet have gone up a few sizes, making it impossible to get my shoes on. I really don't want to go out barefoot, but I can't even get my toes in properly. Stupid claws, stupid toe beans. Can I even call them toes anymore? They're as big as potatoes now. Stupid potatoes, toes, ah! After several tries to maneuver my foot in, I give them frustration. No matter what I do, I can't wear them when my feet are like this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Trezum Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!